Good morning and welcome to the 8:15 daily operations weather brief. This morning we are seeing some nice weather overspreading our local area with fall-like temperatures, some lower humidity, and progressively decreasing winds as Hurricane Imelda's influence continues to move further and further away. And as for today, we can expect to remain largely dry with some below average temperatures and scattered to broken cloud cover for a majority of our forecasted period ahead. Now, looking at this morning surface analysis chart here, Hurricane Imelda continues to move offshore into the North Atlantic, now off of our synoptic chart here, and that is as high pressure, which is centered across eastern Canada, slides southeastwards across the northeast, and that's going to cause that pressure gradient between the two systems to relax, and that's going to lead to some below average temperatures for the day, some decreasing winds, and overall pleasant conditions as we move forward. Then come Friday, we'll see some continued cooler temperatures with the setup remaining largely unchanged, and those temperatures then due to begin to moderate as we see an amplified mid to upper level trough or ridge, move over the area on Saturday, and that will allow for some continued dry conditions moving forward as well. As for our current observations this morning, there is a scattered layer at 5,000 feet, and we have unrestricted visibility out there. Our winds are largely out of the north at about 6 to 7 knots, and our temperature is currently at 57 degrees with a relative humidity of 74%. And that brings us on to our satellite imagery from this morning, of which we can see those scattered clouds moving in, pushing in out from the northeast and overhead. It does look like that trend is going to continue throughout the the morning and afternoon hours, and we'll likely see some slight upticks in the overall cloud coverage. And then off to the north, we do see some wispy upper level cloud cover that is also going to be working its way into our field of view throughout the day. But overall, we should remain dry for the working hours and into tomorrow. Now, looking at our most recent HUR run, this is a high-resolution run on a 24-hour loop, and we can see that we are modeled to remain largely dry as that high pressure continues to influence our overall pattern, and we see those lower dew points. So overall, we should again remain dry for the day. And that brings us on to the 24-hour forecast, in which we can see our cloud cover currently between scattered and going to a broken, most likely. Those clouds will continue to likely build in for the afternoon hours, and then we'll see a decrease in overall coverage possible as we move through the late evening and overnight hours and into the early hours of tomorrow. As for our temperatures, they do look to be in the mid to upper 60s, which is below average for this time of the year, and our low for tonight should get down to the upper 50s. Our winds today are much lighter than what has been experienced here yesterday, with winds generally in the 5 to 10, at some points looking to get up to 15 knots, and then dying down with time as we move throughout the day. And again, our chances of precip do remain low, and no real chance of any weather-related concerns at the moment. As for our short-term risk chart here, on Friday we can anticipate some partly to mostly cloudy conditions and a high of 67. For Friday night, we will likely see mostly clear skies, and that cloud coverage should be decreasing with time as we move through Friday night, and a low of 54. And then Saturday, we'll anticipate mostly sunny conditions and a high of 73, making for a nice start to the weekend. And that is going to conclude the 8:15 operations brief. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook. Hope everyone has a great day.